hold me close. Baby, now hold me close. Baby, now hold me close. Baby, now hold me close.
Hello to all my gorgeous ladies out there. I'm back with another tutorial. Very excited about this one. How to apply blush, contour and highlight your face. Now this is one of the most important steps of your face makeup. Many people very conveniently skip this process, and I don't understand how or why, for that matter, because God has gifted us with such beautiful features: cheekbones, nose, jawline, and I think we should do some justice to our face by really highlighting our features and bringing out our natural bone structure. And that's exactly where contouring and highlighting comes in. Unless, of course, you are someone who's blessed with a super defined, skinny, chiseled, structured face, then yes. But for some of us who need a little bit of tweaking up, contouring is definitely a very, very important step. To contour your face, you can use any kind of dark product, be it liquid foundation, cream concealer, or powder. I'm going to use a powder foundation, which is my MAC Studio Fix in the shade NW43, which is at least a good 3 to 4 shades darker than my skin tone. But if you want to buy, now this is obviously a foundation powder, but if you want to use a contouring powder, just buy any dark powder. Like I like this one. It is from the brand the Balm, and this is the shade Bahama Mama. It's a pretty cool contouring powder. So I'm going to try and make this tutorial as simple as possible because otherwise I'm going to get told off by you guys. So if you'd like to find out how to contour your cheeks, jawline, nose, apply blush and highlight your face, then please keep watching. So the first step when it comes to contouring your face is knowing where exactly your cheekbones are. And there's a very, very simple technique for that. All you need to do is make a fish face. Now when you make a fish face, you exactly get to find out where your cheekbones are and the areas that you need to define. So watch this. I'm going to start off by using my maquillage brush. It's an angled brush like this, very soft. So I'm going to take some powder. Make a fish face. After making a fish face, start from the top of your ear and go all the way up to the center of your cheek, basically the hollows of your cheeks. Now instantly, my right side looks a lot thinner and more defined than my left side. Repeat the same process on the other side. Once you've done this, without taking any extra product, I'm going to use whatever powder is remaining in my brush, and I'm going to create a straight line like this. Basically, I'm going to start from where I stopped. Without using any extra product. Now once you've contoured your cheeks, it's also important to go up a little, all the way up to your temples, because the center of your forehead needs to be lighter and the corners need to be darker, because that will give a better shape to your forehead. Now make sure when you create this line, you don't go all the way in, because we are not trying to create a beard effect or even look like Wolverine for that matter. So you stop right at the center of your cheek and just very mildly pull down. Now another very important tip that you need to bear in mind is that one of the major advantages of contouring your face is to not only make it look slimmer, but also to make it look slightly longer. So if you have an oval shape, I wouldn't recommend going down all the way. I would recommend to make a more straight line as opposed to a more diagonal one. But obviously I have a small face, and my purpose here is to elongate my face a little more, and so I'm going to create a more diagonal line like this. Now moving on to your jawline. Now contouring your jawline is extremely important, because especially if you have a double chin, I know us women, whenever we gain weight, the first places where it shows are definitely our cheeks and then our chin. So it's very important to define your jawline. So you repeat the same process. Take some extra powder and you create a line like this. Your jawline is here, and this is the area we need to darken. And just go up a little. Once you're done with your cheek and jawline, we move on to the nose. Now, your nose is one of the most prominent features of your face after your eyes, and it is very, very important to define it. Now, obviously, different noses, different techniques of contouring is required, but in my case, since I have a short nose, my purpose over here is to make it appear longer. Now, I'm not going to use any brush for this because I'd rather use my fingers to give it a more natural sort of shading. So I'm going to take some powder with my finger and I'm going to create a line, basically a shadow, right on the sides of my nose. You see the difference? Repeat the same process on the other side. Now, to give this a bit more natural look, I'm going to use a makeup blender and I'm just going to blend it into my skin. Automatically, my nose looks more thin, more defined, and a lot longer than it did when I started off. Now, if you have a long nose and if you want to make your nose appear shorter, you need to take some more of your contouring powder and you need to apply it right at the tip of your nose to make it look shorter. But since I have a short nose, my purpose is to make it appear longer, and so I'm not going to define this area. I'm just going to keep it the way it is. Once you've done this, you have finished contouring your cheeks, jawline, and your nose. Now it's time to highlight it. Now, highlighting your face is also extremely important to draw more attention to your T-zone and the best features of your face. And for highlighting, you need to use a lighter, you need to use a shade which is at least 2 to 3 tones lighter than your natural skin tone. So it's very simple. For contouring, you use a powder that's about 3 shades darker, and for highlighting, you use a shade that's about 3 tones lighter. And I'm going to use an NC 25 and using a flat foundation brush like this. I'm going to start off with my forehead. Once you've finished your forehead, it's very important to define the center of your nose or the bridge of your nose, and I'm going to use my finger for this. Just create a line on the bridge of your nose. Then move on to your eye area and pull it down a little. You need to create a triangular shape over here. So once you apply powder over here, pull down a little. Repeat the same process on the other side. And then finally, you can highlight your Cupid's bow and your lower chin. So I'm just going to take some more of that light powder and lightly dust it on my skin. Now you can also highlight your brow bone, but I've already done it in this particular video while I was doing my eyeshadow. But otherwise, the areas that you need to highlight, once again, a quick review: the center of your forehead, your brow bone, the bridge of your nose, your eye area, your Cupid's bow, and your lower chin. And that finishes the highlighting. And the final step is, of course, blush. Now for my blush, I'm going to use a flat blush brush. This can also be used as a powder brush. And I'm using the shade Rouge from Too Faced Makeup. So I'm going to take some of that. Another reason why we are applying blush, besides of course giving your skin a more healthy glow, is to also blur out that contour line which we created. So you apply the blush slightly above and on top of the area that you've contoured. Watch me. A diagonal line. And go all the way up to your temples. Repeat the same process on the other side. And take some more and define your jawline. Pull it down slightly so that there are no harsh lines. And you're done. This is how you can contour, highlight, and apply blush on your face. Now, if you like to give a bit of, I promised that there won't be too many steps in this video, but this step is optional, you don't have to do it. Now some people, instead of using a blush, they like to directly use a cheek highlighter, but I like to apply blush first and a cheek highlighter over it, simply because I'm very pale skinned and a blush definitely gives more color to my skin. And for my cheek highlighter, I'm using Semi-Precious Crystal Pink from MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish. And to apply this, I'm using my e.l.f. brush. I really like this brush from e.l.f. It's pretty cool. Take some cheek highlighter and apply it exactly on the apples of your cheek. Now, if you want to spot the apples of your cheek, just smile so that you can exactly figure out the area you need to apply your highlighter. To make sure that there are no harsh lines, I would recommend to use a stippling brush like this. Take some of your powder and just blend the whole thing out so that it looks more natural and there are no harsh lines. And you're done.
Baby, now hold me close.